All right, hi everyone. We're getting ready for the Alive Worship School and Conference this summer, August 1st through the 6th. And so we're excited to introduce some of the instructors that are actually going to be speaking at the school, at the conference. So I'm here today with Dave Kelley, and he's the pastor that oversees the music department and the creative department here at CFC Church in Federal Way. And you guys got 3 campuses, right?
Yeah, 3.
Casey Treat is the senior pastor, many of you guys know, but it's a big church, and Dave has been. This is your home church as well.
Right from in high school.
So you grew up kind of here.
Yeah.
So David is a really talented guy, of course, but he really has a heart for worship. And when we start talking, and he was teaching last year with us, and it was just amazing to hear some of the things coming from a sound engineer, the person who's been maybe behind the scenes a lot of time, but he has the heart that full of worship, and now he's the head of the department. So Dave, one of the questions is, you lived in LA for a long period of time, and you work with some of the biggest stars, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Snoop Dogg, and others. I know it's a little bit different than working in the church environment, but what did you get out of that working? What's the experience that you took out of that?
Our whole heart, the reason we went there was to learn and to gain knowledge we felt to invest in the church. So I was grateful for me, those experiences were a peek behind the curtain. You know what I mean? It's it's like, there's no bigger budget than a Christina record or whatever. So like, how do they do it when money's not an issue? It's just the way we do it. So it was the little tricks to how to get there, how to get to that level, but it also very much was a lifting of my standards. When you work with someone at that level and all the producers at that level and different things, it's like what you accept gets elevated. It's like, oh, there's a reason, you know, like, oh, that's why, you know, the way they stretch and the way they don't accept. Okay, because Christians are really good at being nice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was a really good job. Well, maybe it was, but maybe you can encourage them a little bit, motivate them, whoever it is, being a vocalist or a musician or a writer, to stretch themselves, be a little bit better. So yeah, that was just what I'll accept as okay, got elevated and bumped after working with people who are so consistently at that high caliber.
That's great. One thing that really got stuck in my mind when you spoke about at our school, you spoke about being part of the team, even during the practice. So as we get together with musicians, vocalists, you know, we practice through our parts and things like that. For you, this is the most important time when you kind of get to know the song, get to know the arrangements. This is kind of like a practice for you. Without that, you feel like you might not be able to do as good of a job?
Absolutely. It's like, again, that's what I stressed to all of our guys, is you have to know the song. And not only that, have to know the song, you have to know our team. Mm-hmm. So a lot of time on our rehearsals, I don't spend it at the mixing board, I actually spend it on stage. Standing next to, walking with our team, even sitting down on the drum riser or the guitar riser, because the relationship is what everything's built on. So as I build relationship with the team, I'll understand what they're doing, what we're trying to communicate. And then, like I say to all the guys, know the song, know the song, know the song. Know when the band breaks are. Know if it's coming up to transition. Know who's got the lead line. Make sure you can hear it so it keeps everything moving and the energy up. Know who has a tendency to not moderate their dynamics. So sometimes bass players, like you just, because they're not the best at playing softer. So know when you have to help them out and just flow the song. Know with your vocalist who has a tendency to jump that octave and it's going to be 6-8 dB louder, so you pull it down so it doesn't distract our congregation. Just know the team, know the song, and mix so it creates that atmosphere. Atmosphere is a big deal to me. Our atmosphere in our services, and so yeah, that's my focus. That's my goal. So.
Yeah. Somebody said that the 2 people who can ruin the service is the devil and sound engineer, but that's not the case. We want to make sure that we train sound engineers as a part of the team, as a part of the worship team. Sometimes it feels like they're outsiders, and that's probably the wrong way to approach that.
Yeah.
We got to bring that in. We got to work together. Last few questions. One of them is, as we talked, you did production, CDs and things like that. You've been doing mixing in the church. You did tours with other groups. What's your favorite thing to do?
What I do now, the role I have as working with our team and helping create moments in our services where people can connect with God. There is nothing greater. And then helping capture those moments in a record or a CD form where the presence of God and worship becomes a normal part of our community's life, our church's life. I mean, there's no greater, for me, personal satisfaction and joy is to help our team and our congregation have those moments of intimacy with God and worship, and then have them be a part of their life.
That's great. And the last question, of course, is as we get ready for the Alive Worship School in Sacramento, what are the things that sound engineers can look forward to? And of course, we'll do different topics for worship leaders and musicians, but especially for the sound engineers, what can they look forward to? What can they get out of this school?
Well, hopefully they'll get some tools, some practical things they can do in the next service to help what their contribution to the service is be stronger, more powerful, more enabling to congregational participation and the word going forth better. So I mean that's the practical right away, but also be encouraged and challenged in their approach, in their perspective, and hopefully broaden their thinking of what they can offer, what they can bring, what their opportunity is. So it's the both. It's the mindset as well as definitely a lot of practical
stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We are excited. We're just so excited to have David with us. And I know there's other instructors who are coming on board to work on some workshops. We have some great ideas coming up. So definitely sign up. It's this August 1st through the 5th. If you haven't seen our website, it's www.aliveworshipschool.org, and I hope to see you there this summer.